So, this is the preview. This is the preview. Manchester City, this is Chelsea. Finally, right? This is Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. A lot of people think that this game is going to be very easy. I'm surprised. A lot of Chelsea fans thinks like we're going to walk away with 3 points. I like that. I really like it, right? But for me, like I said yesterday in my video, yes, I want this game to win, and I said it's a must win, right? It's a must win because when you look at where we're coming from and where we are going, we don't really know the future, right? You just know where you're coming from. So what is the approach in this game, and what do I expect my team to do in this game? I will tell you when I start talking about this team. So this is just a little preview I'm giving you. But before we start that, Enzo Maresca said something in a press conference, right, that I was happy to hear. Very happy to hear. Some stuff I was not happy, but it is what it is. But before again I start talking about Enzo Maresca in a press conference, let me just say this. Garnacho to Chelsea, I think we will sign Garnacho, and I think this is the only transfer news that is heating up at the Chelsea website, and these guys that give us the news, Mr. Romano and all these brothers, right? I think Garnacho, Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea, I think he will sign for Chelsea because he wants to stay in the Premier League. We have to remember that. A lot of Chelsea fans, including me, we are saying we don't need Garnacho. At least me, I'm saying he's not a bad player. I would take Garnacho if we didn't have enough winger. I will. Yeah, I will. But we don't need him. We should have focused more on the striker position, right? And in the midfield area, and this is where Enzo Maresca said something in a press conference. But so, Garnacho to Chelsea, let me know down in the comments because nobody has said anything, because I did 2 videos last week about Garnacho, right? Not last week, just 3-4 days ago, sorry. I did a video about that. Nobody said anything about it. So if you are the one who watches my video all the time, let me know down what you feel about Garnacho to Chelsea. We will discuss about that, right? Now, Enzo Maresca in a press conference said this. Enzo Maresca, Robert Sanchez is okay. It is a matter for me to understand that anything can happen. How many times as Modric, Moy missed a pass. I remember Moy. Many times. How many times as Nico Jackson, of course, missed a goal? How many times as Nan Madueke missed a cross? How many times Roberts has made 4 mistakes? And this is what Enzo Maresca said in the press conference. He was talking about these players, and he's right. He's absolutely right. I have noticed, including me, we all go to Robert Sanchez. We don't even talk about Nico Jackson very much like we talk about Robert Sanchez. You see? So, Robert Sanchez is fine. Like I said, Enzo Maresca is saying the truth here. He's fine, you know. And we are very lucky, I think, in my opinion, you know, when I started thinking about stuff, sometimes, yes, we say stuff and then we don't think when we say stuff. And then afterward, you see somebody said something and you're like, oh, actually, that makes sense. A lot of sense. So this makes sense. Enzo Maresca said this in a press conference. So many players missed goals, you know. Nan Madueke, we have seen that. Nico Jackson, we have seen that now. Is Robert Sanchez, you know, making some little error here and there, and he doesn't, you know, he doesn't make errors like he used to, because it was worse when he was at Brighton. This is why Brighton sold him to Chelsea, because the guy could not stop making errors. He was giving goals to the other opponent, and we have seen that at Chelsea, right? When he came into Chelsea, it was so bad, but it's changing. And we have to, I think we have to remember that, and I think we have to appreciate that, because the guy is changing. You know, if you are under pressure, like we have seen so many times, like he's under pressure. Sometimes he gives the ball to the opponent like that. It's not good, right? But it changed. It did last week a little bit, yeah, but you know, we didn't concede anything when he made a mistake there, right? So that's good. And he's a good shot stopper. That's what I like about Robert Sanchez. He's a good shot stopper. He can save you in a dying moment, you know, where you're expecting a goal. If a player coming with a ball and short a shot, he will save it from nowhere. Like, oh, what a save. That's what Robert Sanchez does. And fantastic things, right? It's fantastic. Now, let's continue with Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca, I fully trust Robert Sanchez. How many times Caicedo missed a pass? How many times? Many times Nico missed a goal. I'm sorry. It's the same thing, but Fabrizio Romano did write properly, you know. Some names, some journalists likes to write short names, so it's a quick way to mention somebody, right? To mention somebody's name. Some people, they don't want to write full name, they just want to mention Nico, like Enzo Maresca did in the press conference. But Mr. Romano explained very well. I'll just go for it. Sorry, guys. How many times has Nico missed a goal? How many times? And how many times has Nani Madueke missed a cross? How many times Robert Sanchez made 4 mistakes? So it is okay. It is okay. We appreciate that. Enzo Maresca, Romeo Lavia will be out. We don't know yet. We will have to wait a little bit, a few weeks more, and that's the player everybody are talking about, Romeo Lavia, and me too. When I'm thinking about this guy, he can't stop getting injury, and we'll wait until we find out how many times he'll be out. And look, I will say this. I wanted to say something else, but no. If Romeo Lavia cannot get fixed, so sell him. He needs to be sold. If he cannot get fixed, it's time to go, mate. Too much. I'm sorry. It's a good midfield, very brilliant midfield. You know, it reminds me. He holds the ball nicely, and it reminds me, which player is this who used to hold the ball nice? Cesc Fabregas. I'm not saying he's a Cesc Fabregas type, no, but the similarity there when you see when he's holding the ball. So that is my stuff on Romeo Lavia. I think, you know, the guy cannot stop getting injury, and is worse than Luis James. It's just crazy, you know. Yeah, let's get into Manchester City versus Chelsea now. So yesterday when I did a match build up, I talk about Manchester City, how they are struggling this season, and how suddenly, you know, they drop a bombshell from nowhere. Nobody expected City to be in this position. Everybody was expecting City to win the Premier League and to do the magical thing they do, right? Because they are the type of team that they will win 25 games in a row. You know, they will win 30 games in a row without losing. Yes, there will be draw there, but they are that team. So what really happened for them to fall out like that? I think what happened, the players got tired, and the players got tired with the same tactic with the manager, and they want to change. And this is what happened. Again, I will say this. If you are a player, or if you are the players, of course, right? If you stop listening to the manager tactic, if you stop focusing to the same tactic, then you lose it like they're losing it right now. You know, it doesn't matter even if it's the same tactic, but if you don't agree with it, one person doesn't agree with it, it's going to affect everybody, because that's what it is. You know, it's what it is. If you start a small fire, it's going to affect everybody. So that's what it is. So Pep Guardiola and Manchester City players, I think they need fresh ones, and I think Pep need to change tactically. He need to change his game style. Yeah, and your team, if you're a Manchester City supporter or a Chelsea supporter, your team function with midfield. Every team, midfield is the heart of a team. So if the midfield is out, or if the midfield is shaking so much, you will lose the game, no matter what. You can have brilliant defenders, You know, you can have Van Dijk, you can have prime John Terry, you can have prime, who is this guy at Manchester United? Ferdinand, you know, Emmanuel Vidic, you can have all these guys. But if you have a weak midfield, you lose. Doesn't matter. They will try to defend, of course, but they cannot keep up because the midfield has to help you. If you've been watching Manchester City games, especially the Champions League, they prayed. They score early, 2 goals, fantastic. Everything was going well, right? But suddenly they fall out. Why? The midfield. They don't have Rodri. Rodri is the missing piece in this Manchester City team. It's a missing piece. Without Rodri, they look very bad. Going into this game, Chelsea, this is Manchester City, or you can say City, this is Chelsea, because we're going to their house, right? Going in this game, we have one lack in this game. One lack. I'll tell you why. And this is going to sound very stupid to some people. This is going to sound very interesting to some people. We have one lack. Manchester City defensively is just a mess. Defensively is a mess. It's a mess, right? Midfield, they can't hold the ball. You know, KDB is dropping down, is growing, right? So he cannot pick up with the same speed, with the same what is this? Thomas Tuchel said, with the same rhythm. You know, I remember Thomas Tuchel used to say those words, rhythm. Yeah, so they can't keep up that rhythm they used to have because players are getting old. And as I said, they are getting tired of the same tactic. The manager has to change this, and it's the first thing in Pep Guardiola career to suffer like this. He hasn't suffered like this because, and I think everybody knows, because Pep Guardiola doesn't know that defensively football, Jose Mourinho type defensively, you know, Sean Dyche type Everton defensively like that. He doesn't play that. If you have been watching Pep Guardiola or his career, he's only focusing his midfield and attacking. And as I said, go back to the midfield. If you don't have a good midfield, you lose the game. And this is why he's losing. He scored, right? But when the other team attack, they look very bad. They're like everywhere. They can't defend. The midfield is losing it. And this is what I said, we have one lack to go into this game. Chalobah is back to Chelsea. We saw last week Chalobah made an impact. We were defending very good. Actually, we did defend very good because Chalobah was there. That's one thing we have advantage. You know, if you look at right now at Manchester City defenders, I think this is gonna sound very weird, but I think Chalobah, if he were to be in that Manchester City team, I think Manchester City, they'll start winning games. Just me, because I'm looking at Chalobah, because he gave me lots of motivation and lots of rhythm. I was looking at him, and at that goal he tried to score, Madueke stole from him, and and just the way he was in that Chelsea back four, he was crazy good, and I'm really proud of that. I know I'm proud of him to be like that. And Chelsea, they don't have, it's a shameless, right? They are shameless because they treated him so bad. When you go back, that's a long story. And he came to Chelsea because he loved the club, not the Chelsea owners, all this stuff. No. He didn't show up with that. He came because he's blue. He loved Chelsea. Boom, let's do this. That's what it is. And I love Chalobah because of that, right? So, Manchester City here with Chelsea. If Chelsea put the chances in, we will win the game. I'm telling you. And for me to say this against Manchester City is very surprising, actually. Very surprising. If we put the chances in, they go. We will win the game. Now, if Nico Jackson starts missing, 3-4 goal missing. If you see tomorrow, if you see Nico Jackson miss goals, 3 goals he missed in the first half, if you see that, we will lose the game. we won't see those again, because chances don't come easily like that. And this is what I said, we have a big chance here. Put the chances in. If you see them, put it in. Put it in. The other way around, I can see a draw. That's what it is. So yeah, let's get into the lineup. Chelsea lineup, of course. So Robert Sanchez, of course, start in goal. And as I said, the first I said Enzo Maresca, I love Robert Sanchez and he trusts Robert Sanchez. Right? And Cucurella, start my Cucurella, you know, very good player. And Levi Conwell is a doubt. Enzo Maresca said they are back in the training, but we are going to see what the session is going to be. If they are training, you know, with good stuff, then they're going to be in the team. So I will put Conwell and Chalobah. I think Conwell will start. I do think he will. So Chalobah start with a Levi Conwell partnership. Of course, from now on, Chalobah is going to start every game. And of course, they're going to sell him at the end of the season. They will, of course, because this is what this club has become. We have become very ignorant and very nasty at the same time, and very selfish. We love the money too much. Love the money too much, you know. Yeah, talking about that, I can say a lot of things. I got 2 videos I can do that, you know, because there's something I want to say about the sporting directors and the new owner. I'll just give you a little bit preview. The sporting directors, the new owner, and the way they are conducting the business. And if you look at Paul Winston and Lawrence Stewart, the sporting directors we have, look at where they're coming from. Their clubs, where they're coming from. Do they win any trophies? If you look at it, no, they don't. Those clubs they're coming from, the only thing they know is how to make profit, to sell the player, to make a player, to develop a player a little bit. If you become a little bit good, okay, we sell. Let's get another one. Boom, 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 we sell. And this is why they're getting Garnacho from United. How much is Garnacho per week is getting, like, salary? 50 million, something like that per week? Yeah, that's why they went for him, because it's cheap to pay him. It's a preview, but I'll do a video. Another, maybe next week, something like that. We will talk about that. Now, let's continue the lineup. Yeah, so in the midfield, Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, same thing. Enzo Maresca said Enzo Fernandez is a doubt, right? Is a doubt. Let's see what's going to happen in the training session. I'm just putting them here. I think they will start. Kopama, Madueke, and Sancho has to start. Sancho has to start this one. Sancho has to start. And that's where I can see Sancho giving assist to Parma, but Parma is going to be crowded by Manchester City players. I'm sure he will be crowded because he's a danger man in that team. Nico Jackson on top. Yeah, whatever. I'm tired with Nico Jackson. I'm really tired with him. I don't even care if he scores a goal. It's not enough, you know. If he scores a goal tomorrow, I don't care. Yes, I'll be happy, but I can't just upside and down like this as a striker, upside and down. It's never good. And again, talking about Nico Jackson, as I said, I got a video to do. I'll give you a preview again about Nico Jackson. He's been put in this situation. The owner, the sporting director, all these guys, they put Nico Jackson like this without, you know, somebody to back him. You can say, yeah, we have McGowie from Barcelona, that young kid. He's young. You know, we need somebody with experience. If we have Nico Jackson as a second striker, and then we have somebody like Lewandowski, that's fantastic. But we know the mode and the project is never like this. That's where the pain, you can feel the pain. Everybody can feel the pain, my dear. It's painful. So Madueke starts tomorrow, and yeah, we win 2-1 Chelsea or 2-0. This game, let me tell you this game can go easily Chelsea way. Chelsea can win this game comfortably. But we know the form is dropped a little bit, you know. If I will say this, if we played Manchester City area when we were in that form. Remember when we were number 2 with 2 points? You know, Liverpool, they were like 30, they were like 23 points, and we were like 19 points, something like that, if I remember. We were number 2, and we were in a good form that period, and we were scoring goals and doing some magical things, and everybody were predicting us to win the Premier League. If we were in that kind of spirit and we face Manchester City like this, I would say we'll bang them 5-0. But right now, I think it's going to be 2-1 Chelsea. I will give them to score. It's Manchester City, I'm saying this. Why am I saying this? Maybe I'm just not thinking right? Let me know down in the comment your prediction. If you got a prediction, this is City, and this is a big game for Manchester City. It's a big game, and they have a big game again, so they have to rotate. Yes, they just lost to Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League, right? Yeah, that's what it is. And I will see you soon tomorrow, and let's see what's gonna happen. Let's talk about it. And yeah, thank you very much. God bless, my dear friend. See you soon.